TikTok bond bill has been confirmed by the US Senate and signed by the president. TikTok's fate is now in the hands of the Senate, which has not scheduled a vote on it yet. TikTok has been under fire in the US for years, while raising questions about data access laws. Just like several countries, the United States wants to ban the application for several reasons, but mainly due to national security concerns. But wait, so you haven't started making money from TikTok new monetization? You need to start cashing out now before TikTok gets banned. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make money on TikTok without followers. These steps I'm about to show you are proven, and you don't need to worry about its authenticity. TikTok has been changing people's lives every single day with their new monetization program. Because now, you don't need hundreds or thousands of followers to get monetized on TikTok. This creator right here, for example, is making tens of thousands simply posting on TikTok. This creator does the same thing, but makes over $20,000 a month. There have less followers, and yet were able to quit their full-time job to start making money on TikTok. I'll walk you through everything you need to do, but first things first, hit the subscribe button and share this video to start earning today before TikTok gets banned. Mainly, what we are talking about is the new Creator Rewards program. Basically, this is a new way for TikTok to monetize accounts globally and getting you paid. This rewards program specifies there are lots of people on TikTok interested in watching longer content. So this is why TikTok decides to reward people who uploads content that are over a minute long. For you to start earning, there are conditions to fulfill. Firstly, your content needs to be original. Over 1 minute long, it needs to have a good amount of engagement, likes, comment, and shares. You also have to make sure you are ranking for search. Apart from the above mentioned, in order to be eligible, you need to meet this minimum criteria. To be eligible for this reward, you need to be at least 18 years old, have at least 10,000 followers, and you need a minimum of 100,000 views in the last 30 days on a personal account. I know what you are thinking, but I don't have 10,000 followers and I don't have 100,000 views. You have to believe me, it is easier to get these numbers on TikTok than ever before, and I am going to share to you how to. No matter what niche you're in, just follow along. I will outline all the steps you have to follow. Just implement these steps I'm about to show you. Additionally, this is what the actual program looks like. You will get estimated rewards. You will see the RPM. You will see how many qualified views and how often you get paid. Now, it's important you note that the average RPM on TikTok is between 30 cents to $3. As you can see, this one right here is really low, but your RPM will be higher based on different factors. Firstly, the longer you're in the program will determine the more money you get from it, and the content you create will influence your RPM. Example, if your content targets mostly kids, advertisers won't be interested and hence low RPM. Most importantly, another thing I also want to mention is you have to make sure you don't go against any of these requirements, like no engagement in malicious or fraudulent activities. You need to make sure you are posting original content. You can't try to inflate your RPM through any manipulative means, and can't do anything that go against this rules. Essentially, your content needs to be 1 minute long and must be uploaded after joining the Creators Awards program, and you need to be getting qualified views. What are qualified views? Qualified views are views not coming from fraud, paid views, or content that people weren't actually viewing. People need to view the content for 5 seconds for it to be a qualified view. In a nutshell, to be eligible for this creator reward, have a business account, be at least 18 years old, have at least 10,000 followers, and don't attempt to tamper with the program. And TikTok will cash you out thousands of dollars per month for simply posting content. I know at this point, you're probably thinking how we are going to get 10,000 followers and 100,000 video views. Don't worry, I want to walk you through how to get this numbers in less than no time. I've come up with a 6-step guide that will guarantee you get monetized on TikTok before you know it. The first thing you need to do is choose your niche. One of the biggest mistakes to make is not knowing what type of content you're creating or who your actual audience are. You need to know who there are, and you need to define them, varying your options down to only 5 competitors. And on top of that, you need 10 to 12 search terms that people are actually searching for. If you can't define these 3 things, then you don't have a niche, because content uploaded to TikTok doesn't get views unless people have watched contents similar to that. This draws us back to this questions. Are you creating content that people have watched in the past? If not, that's why you're not getting views. The second issue is, are you consistently uploading content to TikTok? So, come up with a good-looking niche, or just copy somebody else's niche. Once you have all of the above, from here, what I want you to do is start creating your 10 to 12 videos and make sure they're over 1 minute long. If they're nor over, they won't get you any views. Additionally, you have to make sure your content is optimized for watch time, because without watch time, you won't get views on TikTok. There are 3 ways you can optimize your content on TikTok. I'll make these 3 steps as easy as possible for you to understand. Basically, I'll walk through different TikTok posts just to show you how to use them. First thing you need is a hook. The first 3 seconds of your video needs to capture the attention of viewers. From 0 to 3 seconds, you need to give people the reason to watch, you need to make them curious, and make it really obvious to TikTok who your contents are for. He's saying, I make over $200 a week from a side hustle, and then he will start explaining. Immediately, people are curious. Why? Because he is talking about something very broad, and most people used and who like to know more about. And if you go onto the comment, you will see lots of reactions. Like, imagine how much you could make on Planet Fitness. Depends on location, and you have to pay rents like everything else, so after all that, it's a decent profit. This video immediately catches some body attentions because it's about something money, and everybody wants to see the result of this. Yes, I know, this won't probably fit on your niche. But what can you do on the beginning of your video to add motion and catch viewers' attention? If you're not thinking outside of the box like this is why you won't succeed on TikTok. Look at those 4 to 5 competitors that you have, and look at their post. And a lot of people think that this is copy. It's not copy. Instead, what you're doing is taking advantage of what your audience are interested in. An accurate example is our news websites. If you watched news, channels are actually reporting on the same issue. So how can they do that without copying? Because they all have a different standpoint. You need to think about content in the same way. Instead of coming up with your own brand new content, you need to think about what people are doing that is already working on TikTok, because that's how the TikTok algorithm works. Once you have this idea in your head, it's going to be easier for you to make the 10,000 video views and 10,000 followers so you get monetized on TikTok. Just remember, your growth will depend on factors like when to post, what to post, how many times to post a day, what hashtags to use, where to find the trends, latest trends, and much more. We have come to the end of this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to share and hit the subscribe button.